This is the final prediction for Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. Now, before I tell you what I think is going to happen in this fight, I think it's only right that we talk about what this fight means for each fighter, because this is a very interesting fight for so many reasons. So we need to talk about Derek Chisora and why he's taking this fight. Now, look, Derek Chisora has said this is his final fight in boxing. This is it. After this, Derek Chisora is going to call it quits and hang up his gloves. But guys, what is really interesting is that I cannot believe that in 2026, we're still sitting here talking about Derek Chisora. Like, that is incredible that we talk about Derek Chisora, because we look at his box rec here, and Derek Chisora is 36, 13-0. He's had 13 losses. The amount of time that Derek Chisora has been called to call it quits, I have lost count of. So look, Chisora has been able to stay relevant in the heavyweight division for such a long time. And, you know, he's had some success recently, and he's looked really good in terms of the success that he's gotten and how he's gotten them, because for so many times I've written him off. I've said Derek Chisora is done, hang it up and retire from boxing. But Chisora keeps coming back. And one thing that Chisora does is that he gives the British boxing fans value for money. Chisora is basically value for money. He'll get in there, he'll have a fight, he'll give it his all, and he'll make sure that the fans enjoy the occasion. And that is why Derek Chisora, in my opinion, has stayed relevant in boxing for such a long time until now, given the fact that he's got 13 losses. But if we look at it right, he lost to Tyson Fury here, and then he beat Gerald Washington, and then he beat Joe Joyce, and then he went to beat Otto Wallin. So in the last 5 fights, for example, Derek Chisora has lost 1. He beat Kubrat Pulev before the Fury fight. And then, of course, you know, he went on to beat Wallin and Joyce and Gerald, and now he's fighting Deontay Wilder. So Derek Chisora, you know, is coming off good run. He's coming off some good wins. He's looking confident. He looks like he's in shape. Of course, you know, Chisora at this age is very vulnerable when it comes to, you know, his technical abilities, because he's not able to do the things that, you know, he would do back in the days. Not that Chisora is Muhammad Ali or Alexander Usyk technically, but he's a technically sound boxer, right? Not the best, but really good. But because he's getting old and his stamina is not the same, Chisora is losing some of those technicalities, and you can see that in his the way he fights and the way he approaches the fight as well. So it's going to be really interesting how Derek Chisora come and try and take Deontay Wilder out, because that would be his plan. Deontay Wilder will be there, and Derek Chisora would want to take Deontay Wilder out as soon as possible. And I don't see this fight going past a certain round, and I'll tell you that for a second. But I think what is really also important to talk about is Deontay Wilder and what this fight means for him, right? We look at Deontay Wilder's box rec here, and Deontay Wilder is currently 44-4-1, right? 4 losses on his record, you know, 2 to Tyson Fury. You know, you talk about losing to Zhilei Zhang, losing to Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder hasn't looked really good. The last time we saw him in the ring was against Tyrell Hendon, and the Tyrell Hendon fight didn't look very impressive. Deontay Wilder, it looked like he's never been in a ring before. It looked like he doesn't know how to throw a punch. It looked like Deontay Wilder just lost everything that made him so dangerous and, you know, so vicious in the ring, and he just didn't look himself. So Deontay Wilder has to find something somewhere in this fight to trouble Derek Chisora, because he lost to Joseph Parker, right? He lost to Joseph Parker, lost to Zhilei Zhang, beat Robert Helenius, and then before that lost to Tyson Fury twice. So Deontay Wilder hasn't looked good, and that is why in this fight I am thinking, if Deontay Wilder does not, you know, beat Derek Chisora, then I think, you know, maybe it's time for Deontay Wilder to call it quits, because I think the amount of talent in the heavyweight division right now, I don't think that Deontay Wilder beats any one of them. So I think this is Deontay Wilder's last opportunity to beat Derek Chisora, or beat a good fighter, and then, you know, start to gain that confidence within himself to be able to see if he can become a world champion again. Because Deontay Wilder has said it on multiple, you know, interviews in multiple occasions that he still wants to become a unified heavyweight champion of the world. And, you know, It's not impossible, but for Deontay Wilder and where he's at in his career right now, I think that might be impossible. Just for him, because, he's not looked good. And this fight against Derek Chisora, as I said, is Deontay Wilder's last opportunity to stake a claim in the heavyweight division. For people to say, okay, he's got it, he's still there. He had a few bad run after the Tyson Fury losses, but he's gained himself back on track and he's going to show us something in the heavyweight division. This is Deontay Wilder's last opportunity, guys. If he cannot do it, then I think it's time to call it quits. One thing that I think is worth mentioning as well, that I don't think that Deontay Wilder is in the right state of mind, guys, to fight Derek Chisora. Deontay Wilder does not look good. He does not look good mentally, because recently I've seen in interviews where Deontay Wilder is talking about slavery, he's talking about racism. He still hasn't gotten over the fact that he lost to Tyson Fury. So if Deontay Wilder has still got some mental, sort of struggles, things that he's going through mentally, then this is probably the wrong fight for Deontay Wilder to be in. So Wilder needs to come into this fight with a free mind, with a mind that is ready to have a war, because Derek Chisora is going to bring a war. And Deontay Wilder has to be ready for it. But from what I can see in those interviews, I don't think that Deontay Wilder is ready mentally for this fight, because he's been acting really strange, saying things that don't really correlate to this fight and how, that is going to help him in this fight anyway. So Deontay Wilder has to get switched on. Now, the final prediction. Look, I think Derek Chisora knows how to fight one way, and that is to come forward and throw bombs and basically hit Deontay Wilder anywhere and everywhere he can get. That is Derek Chisora's game plan. He just wants to hit you and hit you as hard as he can. Deontay Wilder, is up to him to find a way to overcome the pressure that Derek Chisora is going to bring. Now, Deontay Wilder, we know that he's got the right hand, and that is the last thing that leaves a fighter, which is the big punch. And he's got that. Now, the question is, can Deontay Wilder find a way to land that big right hand? Because in his last few fights, since the Tyson Fury first fight, where he knocked Fury down, Deontay Wilder has not really, stopped any fighter. He stopped Tyrell Herndon, but the referee stopped that fight. Deontay Wilder has not knocked anyone out cold where he used to do before the Tyson Fury fight. So we can say that Deontay Wilder is lacking something in his armory. He's lacking maybe the quickness that he used to throw that punch before. Maybe Deontay Wilder is lacking the viciousness. He's lacking that killer instinct. Then he needs to get that back. So it'll be interesting to see how Deontay Wilder adapts in this fight, adapts to the pressure that Derek Chisora will bring, and to see how he will be able to land his own shots as well. So guys, I am going for Derek Chisora to stop Deontay Wilder between round 8 and round 10. I don't think this fight goes the distance. I think this fight ends badly. And it ends badly for Deontay Wilder, because I don't think that Deontay Wilder is the same fighter we used to know before. I think his legs are gone. I think he doesn't have the ability to land a big right hand again. I'll be surprised if he lands it. If he knocks Derek Chisora out in this fight, I'll be surprised if Deontay Wilder does that. But I will not think it's impossible for Deontay Wilder to knock Derek Chisora, because this is the heavyweight division. One punch can change everything. And Deontay Wilder carries that power, but I'm not sure if he's got the ability anymore to land that big shot and end that fight. So I'm going for Derek Chisora to stop Deontay Wilder between round 8 and round 10. Guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this fight.